I'm having an awkward night, and yet I'm still doing this game. Welcome back. This is still Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. We're still on the second case. And my cat is trying to get in the house. Anyway, moving on. We're now in day 2 of investigation, and we are at Wright and Company offices, 3:02 p.m.
I'm glad we finally heard it all. But poor Mr. DeLite got arrested again.
Well, supposedly Mr. DeLite was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred.
No way, Jose, I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. DeLite was there, it was Mr. Nick Kelly's, from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick.
Well, how about we start looking into the KB security murder?
I think I'm going to head back to Korean Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the secret urn back to have some people take a look at it. Well, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mrs. Mike, you just stay here. I want you to spend some quality time together. What a love and happiness.
Maybe Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. So we give the sacred urn to Pearl.
Now remember, no fighting, okay?
She's gone, and my cat is still scratching.
Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation.
What to do? So, what do we do now?
Isn't it obvious we should get out there and investigate the murder?
Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located.
Hey, why don't we ask Miss DeLite? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles.
Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you?
I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy.
Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. DeLite.
Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center too.
And about the sacred urn? You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh?
You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Amy like it always used to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What's the face has pink splotches on now? I'm sure they weren't there before.
Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I Am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. It's possible that urn
is fake.
I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Korean Village.
Yeah, I suppose.
Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Crane Village in a long time. Crane Village. So I guess people still go to Crane Village to do their training, right?
Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training.
So why haven't you been training lately, Maya?
Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that.
Channeling dojo, hmm? Sounds pretty serious, whatever it is. That is.
If you gotta train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen.
Is what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Crane technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Mike. You know that, don't you?
I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all.
Sounds like being the Master Crane is going to be a heavy responsibility. So now that we've done that, we're going to move out. To the detention center! October 13th, detention center. Visitor's room.
I already told you it's not me!
A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. DeLite right now.
Man, we don't have enough time as is.
Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands.
I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit homage too.
Come on. We'll just have to come back later.
Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick.
And that other place happens to be the Mosque Hideout. October 13th, Mosque Damask Hideout.
Oh, Nicky boy, Maya!
Miss DeLite.
All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie.
Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case.
Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly.
Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out.
Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore.
I had no idea Miss DeLite had such a vulnerable side. Let's talk about your husband, shall we?
Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick.
Yeah, but you have to admit, he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!"
He would never say that. Anyway, Miss Light, he might not be a killer. But he's still going around saying that he's a thief.
I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Miss DeLite, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world.
But what? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thief type.
He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. Thief, the very idea. I guess I just don't get it.
Get what?
I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple.
Yeah, they sure are different.
Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight, for me anyway.
What? For you?
Yeah, about Detective Acme. I hate these kind of people more than anything.
You mean Ace Detectives?
No, I'm fine with ace detectives.
Oh, so then you must mean thieves.
No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men.
By the way, why did you go to Detective Acme's office anyway?
Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more nervous. I went there to try and find out more about the real criminal.
The real criminal?
Yes, obviously, the real Master Mask is not my Ronnie, right?
Yeah.
And Detective Acme knew more about Master Mouse than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People of the Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions. That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said, "This detective isn't in right now." But I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table.
Oh yeah, we saw that back there yesterday too.
There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. True. KB Security.
Mr. Light, do you know about KB Security?
Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she still think he still works there, huh? Oh, that's right, according to what we heard today. Come on, don't tell me you didn't know it. Ron DeLite was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. But he quit. And he doesn't work there anymore.
Looks like Mr. Light doesn't know.
KB Security is only about 20 miles away. By motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? I'll pass, thanks! Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves?
Where's Kitty Cat? You are, Nick.
Mr. Light told us the location of the KB Security.
Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick.
But first, love at first sight.
So was you really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Light?
Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life.
Saved your life?
I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in the corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation.
Well, I think I get it. Did Mr. Light come running to save you?
Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome and That guard uniform of his. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers, and screamed in their faces. "Please stop it!" he screamed. I can see the robber's faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. Oh, I see. He was Luigi then. Okay. All by himself. He came to save me. A total stranger. All by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me.
Wow, that's a great story.
Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess.
Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage.
We've already done that last game. With Maya, that possibility always seems so looming in the not-so-distant future. Ooh. Well now, thank you very much, Miss Lady in Red. Let's move out, shall we? To the SEAL's office. October 13th, KB Security CEO's office. Excuse me. So, I guess this is where it all went down, huh? And my cat finally stopped jumping on the door.
The walls in here look thick, just like you expect in a CEO's office.
What has that got to do with anything? Excuse me. Hey! It's you guys! Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh?
Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us.
Yeah, I feel for you.
Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like...
Oh, that was great! Now... Oh, that was great! You guys got what you deserve, pal!
Or so did that effect.
Do I really sound like that to you, pal?
You have the gumshoe fits?
Well, anyway. The point is, I can tell when someone puts their hearts into their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives.
Well, I didn't know Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy.
Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Well, in that case, this is what we're going to do. I think right now we're going to get some info, and then we're going to do some examining. What happened?
Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder.
Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to.
Hey, come on, what about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal?
Okay, I won't cry on you, pal.
Oh my goodness, look at him. He's a freaking dog! How you doing, Goofy? You doing good, boy? The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security, and a pretty big fella in his own right. He's not as big as Big Fatty Plus, though. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. Happened exactly at the same time that Master Mask was stealing the urn. Well, we get the autopsy report. That's a good thing.
So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body?
There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside the safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody heard from him when they opened the safe this morning how he came. Also, the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out.
I think we still need some more information about Mr. Bullard.
Maybe you could start by getting the man's name right. Detective, out to me!
So, what happened to Master Mask?
He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again! It keeps yelling. Oh, no, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean Detective at me? Oh, that was great! That guy got what he deserved!
Now that's a detective I know and love.
Think about it. Acme was always around when a calling card showed up. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Sounds like someone I knew earlier. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's just one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Imanon case. There was a witness on that one.
Witness?
Here, I saved a newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. And it says here, stolen! The gem and the thief. The precious gem, the Tear of Imanon, was the target of last night's robbery.
Hey, this guard here. Have I seen him somewhere before?
It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see. But now that you mentioned it. And we get the newspaper clipping. Professor Godot. Or Godot. I prefer to call him Godot.
Oh, that prosecutor! I really don't like that guy! The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. DeLite.
Yeah, I think he did that way just because he knew it'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So who is that Java-addicted mass maniac anyway? Professor Godot? Quite an enigma, huh? Thing is, pal, I never even heard of the guy before. Just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right, he said this was his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true according to the records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's a nice man in court. Maverick that gave me goosebumps.
Goosebumps? You?
Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They just turned the other way.
Poor Detective Gumshoe, I had no idea you were so unpopular.
No, that's not what I meant.
That Goda guy act like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Well, in that case, let's take a look at what we see here. Like this big, thick binder here. Check out this big, thick binder here.
Look at the heavy lifting you mean, Nick.
Reading a file isn't back-breaking work. Just a little hard in the eyes. Ah!
Well, what'd you find out, Nick?
This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Mas de Mas. It's filled with info on him.
What? What kind of info?
It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes.
Hey, Nick, look at the last page.
It's a list. Let's see. Tier of Imanon, $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasure that Mas de Mas stole.
So then $100,000 is the value of the stolen item?
I don't know. That number sounds kind of low to me. I think I better secretly make a copy of this list. So he gets Kane's list added to our evidence. Another thing we need to look at is a red button on the back wall. And if you can't see it, well, it's right here.
Oh, there's a button here. Let's see.
Boss battle! Hey, cut it out! Don't press that!
That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that.
What is that button anyway?
It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel.
Oh, you're right. It's written there. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first?
Rat. This alarm is connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here.
Really? It's possible on a night of crime.
Oh, so when the CEO was attacked, you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer?
Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know.
I think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. And we get the buzzer added to as evidence. Also, we should present the files, the following profile to Gumshoe. Oh, you're a good puppy, aren't you?
Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bullard.
That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebird, pal.
Oh yeah, the victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me.
Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead.
And his body wasn't discovered until this morning.
Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out?
Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now.
Okay, Nick, now's your chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask.
Well, in that case, about the victim. Can you tell us some more about Mr. Bullard?
He was of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway?
Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this kind of work.
Oh, and?
And I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber.
Really? Me too. I don't just love money. I can't ever get enough.
Gold digger? Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet.
Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions.
Oh, so that's my problem. I think I need to be shiftier.
Let me go already.
Apparently, he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies.
Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded.
Yeah. Oh, KB Security used to head security operations against Master Mosk.
What, really?
Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive.
So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter. Well, thanks for the info. We're gonna move out now. Next, we're going to the security room. October 13th, KB Security Guard Office.
Wow.
This is really something else.
For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure.
KB Security Guard. I just remembered. Larry might be...
Hey, Nick! What's up? Oh, so he is here. Yo! How's it hanging, dude? Hey, you got my sweet little Maya with you, too.
Hi, Larry.
Yeah, I was working my fingers to the bone.
Yeah, right.
And in walks an angel. I got no problems with a daytime date. It's all good.
No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case.
Huh? Oh, yeah! That's right, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Here's how helpless we're clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you.
Really? What is it?
Well, I don't mind sharing my sweet little Maya. But Nick here's a different story.
But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies.
That was the end of this now.
Yeah, remind me to forget you on my Christmas list, buddy. Sure. Good info. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry?
Hey, I'm a guard. A pro! I can't just give away information for free.
He wants a bribe. I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest! Can you talk to him, Maya?
Larry, tell us already. What's the good info?
Hey, I like that. This kitten has some claws. It's got some claws.
Yeah, just like Masaki.
Okay, you really want to know?
Yes, so tell me.
Okay, so the thing is, Ron DeLite was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow?
guess you're a pro. I follow. Go on.
Well, 1 year ago, DeLite was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful.
I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that.
Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something.
No, that's just you. Security guard. So, what's it like to be a part-time security guard?
Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time.
Monitors?
There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out.
Oh.
And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams.
What teams?
Security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business.
Yeah, and these security teams are known as STARS. And Ghost Squad.
But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't even bother calling them.
So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. The night of the crime. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you?
Why do you say that? It's just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb.
No! Really? Even if it's part-time and you're dumb, you're still in charge of security here.
Hey, give me a break! Don't try to pin the whole thing on me! That's not fair, Nick!
I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility.
No duh, Maya. No duh. Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? Oh ho!
Satirical?
No, I knew something smelled bad. And it was the butts after all.
Well, like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay?
Looks like I'm gonna have to break a psyche lock after all. Well, in that case, let's do that right now. Magatama! The night of the crime. On the night of crime, were you working hard like you're supposed to?
What? Of course I was! When wouldn't I have been?
But then you just sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Miss DeLite.
But that was... And this is just...
Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night too?
Never! I didn't sneak out! I tell you what, I'll even bet you $1.
$1? Wow, now that's confidence.
What's with that trench in the rain puppy look on your face? You have evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain?
Evidence that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened is... First and foremost, the wallet. Take that! This wallet. You know about this, right?
I've never seen it before.
Liar! You hand-delivered this wallet to Mr. Light just yesterday.
Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens.
Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet?
I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning?
That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office.
Yeah, but there was something you didn't think about.
What's that?
My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murderer might have snuck in before then.
What do you mean by that?
If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine.
I don't have the feeling he still doesn't get the seriousness of this. Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Why? Because of this. Take that! Larry, when you use this key card, does it leave a record?
Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone, you know.
That key card data was already made public in the trial today.
What? I didn't know that! Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me.
Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time GERD. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was open with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder.
No way!
Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Ooh. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time.
No!
Please don't fuck with me, man. Tell me about the night of the crime. Thank you.
Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault.
Isn't it always?
It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault.
Larry.
There was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man.
What happened that night anyway?
My daughter happened.
Your Donna?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, my daughter called and said, I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her.
Who was?
New boyfriend.
Her new boyfriend! It was like some horrible joke.
Called it.
Before I knew what was going on, the guy sucked me right in to kiss her. Normally I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya?
Yeah.
So is that why you left the security guard office? Sorry. Yes. Oh my God. Can I ever make it up for it, Nick? What?
He's curled up on the floor crying. Crying like a baby.
Oh boy.
Anything I can do, anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make up for it. I swear I will.
Larry.
Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we got?
She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Fine, you little... fine, you little bitch. Well, how about we do this? We show you the following.
The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected into this room, right?
That's right, just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am.
Even though you're part-time.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Thanks, I tried.
Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now?
Yes, please. Please tell us.
Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed.
Uh-huh. Well, tell us, man.
I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier.
Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh?
You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office?
Well, this is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the 1st floor. I thought it would be a good idea to adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet.
Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night?
There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right?
Of course I did, and I didn't possibly have made a mistake either.
Do you think you could take just one more look for me? Pretty please?
Okay, I just can't say no to you, Maya.
What do you think, Nick?
He's probably right. I don't even think even Larry could make it.
What is it? What's wrong?
I made a mistake!
Huh? But how?
It can't be. It's impossible.
Okay, enough already. What about the records?
That night, it went off just once in the morning at around 1 a.m.
1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened.
Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be.
Thanks for the record, Data, dumbass.
We'll be leaving you now. Good see ya.
Back to the CEO's office. Because everything else that he did is entirely useless. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop here, and in the next part, we're going to finish this day up, and hopefully by then, get a few more clues and possibly solve this mystery. When Let's Play Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations return right after this.